Hey!
Hello there.
Super Smash Bros. Melee! Sorry, can we do that again?
Melee.
Greg! It's like the fourth time we have to do it again.
I just need a second, Jimmy.
I just need a second. You had 15 seconds, my dude. But yeah, alright.
You can't rush perfection.
Can't pause it? Can't re-record? Man, such a drag. Alright.
You can't rush quality.
Can't rush perfection. Yeah. Alright. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin.
Mark.
And you're watching and or listening to episode 371 of DangIT Prodcast. Mark, how are you doing?
Doing alright, how you doing?
Doing alright. I just just had lunch and everything like that. I'm still like, I wouldn't say cursed because it's all my fault for doing it, but like I'm always bothered by the fact that like after a workout, you shower and you're still sweating and you're like, why?
Sweating after taking a shower when your hair is still wet is the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah. But the reason for that is just simply because like your body's already like still super warm despite all of that, so it's constantly generating sweat. So I guess my mom was right. You have to literally just wait for yourself to cool off before you take a shower.
Or you're gonna take yourself with some cold water.
Yeah. I mean, like, I tried doing that. Excuse me. Well, I tried doing that. And, yeah, I mean, I guess, like, even after, like, bathing in cold water, like, you're still gonna have to dry yourself out. So that is generating, like, heat by itself.
How intensely are you drying yourself off?
I mean, I don't think I'm, like, that intense on it. I mean, like, I can only imagine intensive as in, like, you're, like, rapidly, like, drying yourself off versus just, like, very relatively paced patting down. But
You're drying as intensely as drawing a Yu-Gi-Oh card as the smoke is behind the draw. It's like, holy shit.
You're Merrick shuffling. Dude, 4Kids dub.
4Kids dub is glorious.
Oh god.
It's their best work.
But also, I want to give a shout out real quick to the old Pokemon dub before they shifted over to the Cartoon Network and had a whole slew of different voice actors. Remember that they really were taking like pot shots with all their characters whenever they could. Not sure if that's actually part of the script of just the original work, but things like
frying pan into a drying pan.
No, not just that, but things like, what was it, like Justine James was doing the same stuff, and then what was it? James like remarked, this is like third generation, and he's like talking about how like no one likes someone who's so persistent about stuff, and May's over here like, well, maybe that's why people hate you guys.
What?
They cut over to them. It's like, you don't need to get all personal, you know.
You don't need to get all personal.
And that bit like way back when, where it's Ash like, Misty, please, only one of us can be hysterical at a time.
You gotta love those kind of moments where they're self-aware.
And then there was the ye old, well, not the ye old episode, but like back into third generation where it was like boys versus girls. And James was like really like shooting a shot. Well, not like that, but like throwing some really nasty remarks. Let's take these women to the Dark Ages where they belong. It's like, oh, no. And Ash just looks at him like, yeah. And I was like, no, Ash. Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Ash, no.
Ash, no, you're pure.
His innocence?
Except for that one episode, like, further back, when they were looking at the picture of, like, the school ass. This is when they just went to, like, some kind of, like, abandoned, or at least isolated, like, school. And it was about that kid who, like, knew his stuff about Pidgey, but he was too scared to really talk about, like, his knowledge about it. Like, this is our class president, and Brock over here, like, I forget what words he said, but it was like, dude, she chitlin, calm down.
Bruh.
Uh, Speaking of Pokemon, I have to bring this up because one of the viewers, Bryce, brought it up. It's the fact that Pokemon Unite is indeed pay to win. I was like, oh no, no, because like the game like plays fine by itself. It's only when you like look into like the battle pass and the rewards that they give you that you realize like, oh, this is actually like an advantage that they got. It's not just all cosmetics because they got something as part of your rewards called the item enhancer, which is it's kind of self-explanatory. You have items that you can like hold on during the match that kind of like give you like permanent boosts as long as you have them equipped, and they can level up. But you
Yeah.
need these item enhancers to level them up, and they're kind of harder to come by. Meanwhile, battle pass users get like 100 at a time, like for each like couple levels. While as
Why would they
people,
not like? Why would they not just do what other MOBAs do and just have the items like either I don't know evolve over time or on top of that evolve after building up a certain amount of stacks. And stacks are like say you take out minions or you take out say
hmm,
other enemy players. Enemy players you might get like 5 stacks, but like just for each individual minion that you take down, like maybe 1 stack.
maybe yeah. I mean, there's definitely that. It's just that like it, as far as I understand, it specifically requires these item enhancers, which are just harder to come by. Just period. I mean, you'll get them for sure. Like with each match, it just takes a longer period of time. That might be the reasoning for it. Whereas like battle pass users, maybe they just because they already paid money up front, it's like okay, well, I guess we should just give you guys more
Yeah,
of an incentive and a
they're,
reward for doing
they're gonna
that.
have to fix. They're gonna have to fix that because that's shooting themselves in the foot right there.
Yeah, and maybe it's not like a huge issue if you just stick to regular matches or even the quick match version. There's three like types of like matches you can go for. You can go for rank, standard, quick, and they're pretty self-explanatory. But you'll definitely see like in the higher ranks like people like maxing out their like items and stuff like that. I was watching streamer Shofu as like he and like a
Ah,
good
Shofu.
yeah, a good group of guys just like coming together and they got crazy tactics. And crazy as in they literally just they group up together and then they just literally go to pound town on the opposing team. Phrasing, I know, but yeah, it's that stuff's nasty.
Hmm.
But that's like that's higher rank stuff. But right now I'm just kind of like trying to like get past what was it, the great like rank. So it's probably getting closer to ultra at that point. But ugh, I mean I won't have to worry about that until like later on. But I think that you'd really want to like have yourself like a dedicated team of people, and obviously like the battle pass would be like influential like as a result, just so you don't have to spend too much time getting all those items and stuff like that
Hmm.
leveled up, and that you guys come in like with a specific like tactic in mind. And I think the opposing team had the same idea, which is why I never questioned like why like obviously as a group you all go in one direction that leaves like middle and like top or bottom portions like left unchecked. So I kind of have to wonder, but I guess it's simply because of the fact that it works both ways. Splitting up helps, but grouping together also just kind of covers your bases against opponents too. Because some matchups kind of nasty,
Well, yeah, that's why it's like you gotta make sure your team is very balanced.
very balanced. They give you like reminders, like once you select your Pokemon, and they all have two. They usually give you like a warning saying like you might want to go with this type or this type to make everything all balanced out. But I'm kind of more focused on just getting more Pokemon because
Right?
they
Unlocking
require
unlocking them so you have more options.
yeah. So they have like well their currency and credits you need to accrue in order to unlock them, but they're pretty high, especially when you want to get something like Garchomp or Lucario on your team. So it's gonna take a while for me, but at least I got Talonflame, and Talonflame's been really cool, in the sense that like he has like the fly ability, so he like goes up into the air, and he has that vulnerability for whenever he lands. So, and the fact that he's also like speed base, a lot of his stuff gets like speed boosters temporarily when you use it. So, but yeah, so it's gonna be interesting, like as I continue to play through it, like casually. But I mean, I'm still enjoying it. So I'm thinking now until I figure out like the next game to stream, I'll probably just still do Pokemon Unite. It's been fun, and I think
Even
it's
then,
been.
you can still play it afterwards.
This is also true. It's just that
I mean,
it's
I'll probably pick it up once it's on mobile, so that way I don't have to worry about the fucking drift of my sticks.
that even happens on your Pro controller esque, right?
Yeah, if I swear, if my phone starts drifting, I'm throwing it.
Your phone starts drifting. I
You're like,
imagine
what the fuck is this?
you're just like tapping it. Character's like, and you're like,
Exactly. Yeet.
yeet. Okay, it's okay.
In other controversial gaming news,
Controversial gaming news.
Activision.
Activision, yes.
Are you familiar with that?
Not too in depth. I'm touching
Oh,
the
they
water
in
surface.
trouble.
So what did they
They in
do?
trouble. So let's look at this little thing right here. Everything that has happened since the Activision Blizzard lawsuit was filed.
Uh-oh.
The studios behind World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, and Overwatch are being sued over sexual harassment.
Oh no. Oh no. Who would have thought? Actually, I'm surprised about that.
Yep, it says here the ongoing lawsuit, and this is from Kotaku. I don't normally use them, but let's just look at this.
It is
The
what it is.
ongoing the ongoing lawsuit against Activision Blizzard has made public some truly terrible and horrendous behavior that occurred across multiple studios and offices. Many women
Oh.
are allegedly sexually harassed, assaulted, and psychologically traumatized, while the folks in power at the companies involving seemingly did little to stop or limit this behavior. The lawsuit was filed on July 20th by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing after a years-long investigation turned up
Hmm.
stories of multiple women suffering daily harassment and abuse while working at Activision Blizzard. Yikes. They've actually gotten over like 800 signatures for their stuff to form a union.
Oh. Yikes. Well, I know that the games and like the people behind the games aren't like entirely correlating like that, but I can't help but feel that way when I think of like Activision, aka like Call of Duty, or Call of Duty, aka Activision. But
Yeah.
that's just me looking at it from like a viewer's perspective, where that house is quite a bit toxic stuff like as it is, but this is just kind of it is like really messed up, just not even to put it lightly.
And they're like,
Because
I don't like dog. We're like dog. Game like of course in the gaming community we have some people that are dumb, but you wouldn't think it would be this bad.
yeah, because you would think, well, I mean, it was a year-long investigation, right?
It
So
was like years,
years. That explains it,
multiple.
because I had to wonder, because like if it's something that happens like daily, like someone's got to be reporting on it, right? No HR like correspondence, are there just people like out like online just kind of like slipping this like to other people like, hey, this stuff's happening, don't go for Activision. But
Yep.
god, dude, that's
And apparently, Activision and Blizzard have actually hired a union busting law firm in this lawsuit right now.
oh really. Well, I know that like Blizzard's working with Activision. Was it something about the maps, or was it something else?
Blizzard and Activision, they're work together. I believe they work together now.
Oh, okay, they just simply work together.
Yeah, like
Oy.
they did. I'm pretty sure they just kind of basically they're just a thing now together.
Hmm.
But
Man.
that is I saw that and I was like, man, I can't I can't believe that. That's just disgusting.
Yeah. So
Over
I mean,
2,000 Activision Blizzard employees signed letter condemning company's response to allegations,
oh,
eh,
so
calling
oh
them
yeah, okay, it's
abhorrent and insulting.
um, sheesh, dude. I mean, I'm glad that like people are speaking out, people are signing this up because I can only imagine like that all being kept under wraps simply because like one, obviously people like need money and therefore need the job, and so some ideal can be or mindset could be like I just have to deal with it, but I'm glad that people are still stepping up because it not only like addresses like an issue that can be resolved, but it makes the companies all the more better off, once like change like comes into action. I think that ultimately you can only improve like from here unless they resist greatly.
And apparently some men also were harassed there.
Oh jeez, that's even worse when it's like it's not just like specific to like one gender or sexuality, it's like both in any. But
It's
yeah, it
like
looks like yeah, they'll need to clean that up.
it's like not even the girls. The guys are also harassing the guys. It's like why?
Well, yeah, I think that it as long as we see some change happening, then I mean, it's them getting shot in the foot, but Activision Blizzard will need the change in order to get like more support because now it's out there. People see it, and that
They get
that
over
that affects them
two
greatly.
thousand signatures of different employees
Employees specifically, employees.
that work for them.
Ugh, jeez. Yeah, I
That's like
mean,
Activision. Activision, we've been playing your games for a long time. Blizzard,
right?
your games for a long time.
You wouldn't have didn't even know until like
We
recently.
are It's very sad to see, and hoping you guys change for the better.
Yeah, but okay. Um, dude, I don't know what else I was going to bring up aside from like the Pokemon Unite stuff.
I got plenty.
Oh, you got plenty. Okay, let's hear another one.
Master Duel.
Master Duel. I thought I said Master Doom. I was like, excuse me.
Not Master Duel. Master Duel.
Master Duel. Yes, I only know like I only like watched halfway through the well actually just the fourth portion of the teaser. But essentially, yes, so Master Duel is a global released Yu-Gi-Oh game that focuses on the TCG versus and as well as something else that was abbreviated.
TCG and the OCG.
What does the OCG stand for? Original card game?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so how does this like stand out versus Duel Links, for example?
Duel Links, per se, the reason that the way it separates itself from Duel Links is more, I guess you could say, it's more newbie.
Yeah, okay.
It's also like it doesn't have all the mechanics. It has like some of the beginner mechanics, but it's getting more of the mechanics. This is going to have literally everything.
From like just the get-go, so
It's going to have regular summoning. It's going to have fusions. It's going to have synchro. It's going to have XYZ. It's going to have pendulum. It's going to have link.
oh my god, that is a lot just to like jump into a game, but it's very ambitious and like Yu-Gi-Oh's had that history and I think that like if anything, if the franchise wants to like profit like still is to really improve on just like the game itself and making it accessible to a lot of people because of course there's going to be people out there who simply collect the card games, but I think we've been like getting into a spot where like we should start to like focus on the accessibility digitally, as we've seen with Duel Links, and I think even Pokemon trading card game as well. Although I don't really know too much about that. I think
And
that
Magic the Gathering Arena, which is
yeah,
basically
yeah,
Magic the Gathering Arena is essentially what Master Duel is essentially going to be like, is because it's the entire Magic the Gathering card game, but in a digital space.
yeah. So I guess my question is, and I guess before I even like jump to that question, um, I beg Pokemon Company to take a look at this, reflect, and do something with the trading card game, like just in the digital space because as far as
I think
that, I
I think a
haven't,
lot of card games should.
because I don't know if they've actually done anything. All I've seen is just people just going out there and trying to like get as many trading card games from Pokemon as much as possible just to collect and for clout. And that's fine, that's cool and all, but that does mean that it limits other people from like actually accessing the games, not just for collection purposes, but also just to play them as well. So
Yeah.
I think that like maybe Pokemon Company, if they haven't already, they should probably maybe think about like putting the card games like out there like in digital space as well. But that does make me question, and maybe Mark you would know um exactly like how are they going to go about, and this like this is for Duel Monsters, how would they go about like the collection of like specific like cards like per player, right?
You see, that's something that I don't think we've gotten a full answer on, but I'm very curious about it as well. My
Hmm.
guess would be, oh, you barked somebody else, but
I got something.
you little sausage.
I
But
got some.
I would say it's probably because that's the big question. Is it good? Because they could just charge. They could charge a. Because I don't know if it's going to be free to play or not. It might be, but if it's not free to play, they could make their money off of the initial charging fee,
Yeah. Yeah,
and then
they
they
would.
could
Yeah.
give you. They could just give you all the cards off the bat, which would be fun, ideal. Out honestly.
That would be ideal. It sounds like a fever dream, but that'd probably be ideal if you wanted to really just give everyone like the cards and just let them figure it out. Or I think the way I'd probably see it is that they would probably make it free to play, but of course they would have like booster packs as your
Like
way of
Duel
charging.
Links.
Yeah. Maybe at a reduced price because it's digital, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I was thinking that, or like they could do the Duel Links method. They could do the Dream method, which would be the free, or maybe something wouldn't they could. This would be a callback if they could make just a system. You just unlock it all.
yeah, maybe. Like obviously, like maybe even if even if it isn't the dream per se, you like you play money just to get like a good set of like cards, but then like maybe they have like some kind of like story-esque mode that lets you progress through the generations and therefore it unlocks those cards to you. But
Mm-hmm.
it does make me wonder like, well, I guess it is coming out. Yeah, wait, it probably it couldn't be like because well, it depends because I don't know if they're gonna do physical releases of the games, but they do have like different versions across the consoles. If they do those digitally, they can be free to play. But if it's a physical edition, then of course you have to charge it. And aside from
It's
getting a
it's
physical
on
thing,
literally. It's gonna be on literally everything,
literally everything. So
which leads me to believe. If they do crossplay, nut.
it's uh uh crossplay.
Oh,
You alright?
if they do crossplay, nut,
Immediate.
nut button, not.
No, 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 no. Don't be
But
etiquette and be like, dude, there's a nut button.
but I am hoping. I'm hoping that this is because it's huge for what it is.
Stickers
An
are now
official,
following. That's actually
an,
Jessica that I was watching on stream. Thank you, by the way. Sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
a awesome, nice. But I was saying like it's huge for what it is, considering that it's. Can I help you, little sausage?
I gotta
What
say
you want down?
something.
You want down off the bed? Is that what you want? Come here.
I'm doing good, Jessica. How are you doing? I
Hi,
know that
Jessica.
you were still just streaming Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, Mario Kart 8.
Yeah. Sorry for
Awesome.
not specifying that.
But yeah, it's huge for what it is because it's a actual official thing just to play the
Yeah.
TCG and OCG, which has never been a thing legally.
Legally. Damn, dude. I still remember that. What was it? I mean, it was like a good number of Comic Cons ago, but my cousin, I'm not sure if he's still like into like Duel Monsters like that, but I remember he brought his own deck and would like go into like a specific like room within the convention center where everyone else was like just playing Duel Monsters too. That's a cool like atmosphere for sure, but definitely just putting it on a game and just being like something you can play like globally is that's a really cool idea.
Oh yeah, if it's like I see, considering all the platforms they're putting it on, they showed like, PS5, PS4, both of the series from Xbox, the original Xbox One. They said Switch. They said Steam. I'm sure they're going to put it on Google Stadia. I'm sure that means they're probably going to put it on iOS and Android, if I had to imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Oh,
they
we got
said and more. So I'm just like, okay, so this is probably going to be crossplay.
Spectre Bar also in the chat. Hey, Spectre Bar. He's redeeming the hi. I'm new to the stream. So welcome. And talking about pay to win, yeah, I get because if depending on how they want to approach it, what was it? Yu-Gi-Oh can pretty much do the same thing.
Yeah, well, they could do that unless they give you the way to earn it.
Yeah.
Because here's what I say: because the pay to win, while yes, that is a factor, especially in certain games, I do say if it's just a matter of the speed at which you get it, I would say that a big contributing factor to an argument against that would be just having the stuff versus the skill of the player could be a different thing.
Yeah, and this kind of goes back into Pokemon Unite because the whole thing is about item boosting and how fast you can do that. You can still do it like just free to play, but obviously, in addition to cosmetic stuff, you could like get those faster with the battle pass. So,
like if you give really good equipment to a shit player, they're still a shit player. They just got good stuff.
this is true. All the glitter is not gold, but it is technically gold. It's just that like the polish isn't quite there yet.
Right, but what I'm hoping from what this does, it sparks an interest amongst the other card games to start doing a similar option. Like, I
Yeah.
would love one for the new Digimon card game. I want to try that more often.
Wait,
Like,
there's
I'd
a
like to use.
Digimon. Wait, hold on. No, I want to like give a shout out to. I know that's just a Final Fantasy card game, and I'm kind of curious about that, but I just didn't know where to even start. I don't even know if there's a digital thing. I just know that there's physical stuff.
Yeah, but there's a new physical Digimon card game,
That's crazy.
and the card art is nice.
Noise. We do love those illustrations. Yes.
And there's also the Dragon Ball Super card game.
There's Dragon Ball Super. What?
I know things.
I've been around.
I've been around a while, bro. 25 years.
Yeah, 25 years of just like looking at the card games. You just know.
From the age of 0.
From the age of 0.
But
at the age of 0, your mom actually like accidentally swallowed like a Duel Monster card. And you just saw that. You're like, oh.
It's just like, oh.
And you start kicking. And she's like, oh Jesus.
I just saw a light just shine on her stomach. It's just the shape of a Dragon Ball. I was just like, oh.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. Is Dragon Ball Super's card game similar to like the OG Dragon Ball like trading card game?
I think I've played the tutorial app for it. It's kind of similar, I believe.
Yeah, because I remember that. I think I have like it might be like tucked away somewhere. I think I have like a Beerus card somewhere. So,
But there's all kinds of different card games. But like the ones that are doing the online thing would be more considered like Magic the Gathering and Hearthstone and all that kind of stuff. Ones that because I have friends that play Magic. I myself have not gotten into Magic, but because I've always just more of a Yu-Gi-Oh person.
Yu-Gi-Oh! God.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Just that announcement way back when in high school. Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, principal, dude. My dude.
He's like, he was close. He just said "gi" instead of "guy." He would have been fine.
Yeah, but I get it. It's kind of a niche thing. I get it.
But of course the Pokemon could also do the same thing. If they really want to. They can get into the online space. I think they'd be a smart move for all the card companies to do it.
I think yeah, especially since like, specifically because Pokemon's like has like crazy demand. Like for each like new incoming boosters now.
Wait, and dude, not only that, people were making online simulators for the Digimon card game, and
Yeah, I bet.
Bandai actually asked them, guys, we know we're glad you really want to play, but please don't do this because this is not legal.
It's true.
They said, we appreciate how much you want to play, but if you want to play, please go buy some cards.
It's rough out there.
And it's like you're like, you're like, it's like,
yeah, exactly. You oh shit. You and your like scrubby little.
it's like you make sense, but at the same time, fuck you. It's like you make sense, but at the same time, fuck you.
Your reasoning sounds fuck you. My God. Oh God,
no.
but yeah,
Oh no! I was just looking up Digimon real quick. Felice Sampler, star on series such as Digimon Adventure and Legend of Korra, sadly has passed away at the age of 67.
Which one? Sorry?
Felice Sampler. Let me see what she did. She was the voice of Mimi.
Hold on as I go back into my records on this. Actually, hold on. I just heard like the doorbell ring, and I just don't know.
Gabe?
Impossible, right? Double check. Okay, I'm back. We're good.
Welcome back.
Back to saying it was a trap.
Yep.
I walk back here. There's arrow just straight across.
She also played older Toph in Korra.
Oh shit! No.
She played Hiyori in Lucky Star, and she played Lori in Zatch Bell.
Oh no! Any single time, every time you talk about Zatch Bell, I'm like, no.
Beauty in Bo, and then Mead in Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh God, dude.
I'd say probably her most iconic role that I've read on here is absolutely just either old Toph or Mimi from Digimon. That's just like, bro.
Damn, dude. Rest in peace, though. Yeah. It's gotta be like that. Meanwhile, God, what was that voice actor?
It's like when the original announcer for Dragon Ball passed away. I was like, no.
The one for Bulma, right?
Oh, that was also very sad. But yeah. I was talking about like the original. I was thinking of there's the actual original English like announcer, like next time.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Oh,
like when I read that, I was like, no.
Yeah, that's real. Oh,
I was like, that man narrated my childhood.
He kept me in suspense in my childhood.
Hell, I still love him now.
Yeah. What's the last thing he worked on then, as far as announcing stuff?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if he had any. He probably had other jobs. I'm just not familiar with them.
Yeah. In that case, like maybe he stopped like all the announcement stuff like since made GT even.
On the next GT.
We got that GT opening. To the Grand Tour.
Oh.
Jeez, dude. Okay.
Oh, Dragon Ball, GT. Say what you will, it still slap.
I mean, hey, it worked. Like I still remember it. But wait, what was I gonna? No, I don't know if there was anything else I wanted to bring up at this time. Anything that happened this past week that isn't so grotesque about sharing. Because I just thought of the one thing that was so grotesque.
Nothing grotesque happened?
Something about Christian, but that's all I really want to even talk about.
Oh, that you didn't even mention that to me. You were like, don't look at it. Just don't look at it. I was like, okay.
Everyone, chat, just don't, because you're gonna be like, Wait, why though? Like, what happened? And you're gonna be like,
Oh.
oh, and then you want to like put down your phone. You never want to even look at it for the rest of the day. And then you realize your new manga's popping up. You're like, oh shit! All right, let me just look here.
New manga, let's go.
Actually, there's any releases for mangas today, or is it like tomorrow?
Not on the official sites.
Right, okay. Because I know they took a break. I believe it might be because of the Olympics specifically. But yeah, they took a break like last week. No, I think it was something else. But yeah, they ultimately like they took a break. Oh, I was without a chapter, so I was like, wow, now I know how it feels.
Beat
Over
after
here.
beat. I was waiting. I was like, man, I missed the chapters.
Just 1 week of no chapter, and you're like, man, bruh, damn shame. I remember when they were released weekly. Feels like such a long time. Like, bro, it's only been a week.
I remember when they were released weekly.
Spectre's asking, do you guys read comics like DC or Marvel? Honestly, I should. I should, right?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Right.
I haven't read too many of the physical books, but I am a fan of the universe itself.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Like,
sure there's a way to like read it online too.
I prefer more Marvel than I do DC because like I've like I'm the kind of person that goes back and reads about it. Like
Hmm.
I haven't read necessarily too much of the physical books, but I've gone and read the information on them.
Right.
And it's like Marvel. I think I like Marvel more simply because of, well, yes, like stuff in DC can be cool.
Hmm.
I guess there's just more of a relatability in Marvel.
Yeah. Just as far as the characters themselves.
Yeah, it's because, like, don't get me wrong, this is coming from the guy who's a huge Dragon Ball stan. You know, when I say that in DC everyone's a god.
Yeah. Gods among men.
And but in Dragon Ball there's tons of god level strength, but at the end of the day they're still mortal.
Yeah.
Like, there's different rules.
It's different though. It hits different.
It's also the fact of the writing in DC gives me a headache sometimes.
Really?
It's just because
No
I
judgment
think
here,
it
but
comes
just yeah.
I think it just comes down to the fact of the level of what it gets to in DC, because mainly just because, like, with the Flash, think about the Flash for a second. The only way you can explain the Flash, Speed Force.
Speed Force. And also, oh god, because now you mentioned the Flash, and I can't help but think about what the CW just did to the man. Have you seen like any snippets, any clips of like I guess recent episodes? Because I'm seeing an entire like team of Flashes, not specifically related to each other, but they do like kind of a Power Rangers scene, and I was like, oh no, this is not,
That's
this ain't
funny.
it. Someone like put in the music for Power Rangers. Someone in the comments was saying like, "Hey, don't disrespect Power Rangers like that."
But,
Oh my
like,
god!
not
And
only
then someone
like
someone inserted like dueling fates because I'm like that is like really serious though because it dealt with like a white colored Flash and he had lightning like coming out and then he grabs the lightning and then like does the lightsaber thing like flicks it to the ground and he has like a lightning bolt lightsaber and you see Barry he's on his side he's looking at like a blurred like reverse flash and they both look over to the white flash and they do the exact same shit and then they have a lightsaber fight.
that sounds both awesome and what?
It's awesome, but also incredibly stupid.
Like, the thing is, it's like because I remember, like, during the you remember the death battle between Archie, Sonic, and Flash.
Yeah, something like that. I know they've kind of had a couple of like rounds together, but this is
The
Archie's
the
comic Sonic.
the big tell for me was when they hit a point with the Flash where his speed was just so high, the writers just fucking said it was incalculable. Basically, just like, we can't even think of a way to explain this shit.
Yeah, I think that Stan Lee says it best in the sense that like who's the real winner? And he just straight up says like it doesn't matter. It's because the writers do it. They'll find a way. The writers just make it.
Yeah, it's just like my big thing is that's just what it is. It's just the fact of like that's how I knew that they were running out of a way to explain with the Flash, just because they just said it's immeasurable. There's no way to do it. I was just like, so you couldn't think of a way to measure how broken you've made this man.
I mean, yeah, Flash is part of the DC, and as you were saying, like they're gods at that point.
And it's like, I mean, you just got to think about that. It's like when you that to me that kind of feels like writing yourself into a corner.
Oh yeah, but Spectre Bar was wanting to bring up like the thing about DC is like what your friend Mark in this case is talking about defines DC Comics. DC superheroes hate their powers and see it as a curse, and a lot of the characters have god complexes compared to Marvel, where a lot of them have relatable stories, sort of.
Fair.
It's
actually a very fair way. It's a very fair way of putting it.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of descriptions or depictions of like Clark in this case as Superman, like, and especially Man of Steel, right? Because like the way they depict like a younger Clark Kent was that like he didn't understand like why he felt so different and how he could communicate with people, and it just felt different. And ultimately, he kind of like disliked like him as he was until he could fully embrace his powers and learn like the responsibility, etc., etc., etc.
There's also the fact that all the multiverses in DC are canon.
Cool. Well, I mean, I think at this point, like whether you talk Marvel or DC, there's always going to be a parallel universe because one of just yeah.
I mean, like I said, Dragon Ball has their non-canon, like they have a multiverse. There is a multiverse in Dragon Ball, but it's definitely seeming more organized.
Yeah.
Whereas with DC, it's probably because DC and Marvel have been around for so fucking long that that's why it's just so fucking big. It's also because they have so many different writers, whereas Dragon Ball is one.
It's like everyone wants to kind of put in their own story, and it's like, okay, well, we like this. How do we put them all together? We can. And they're like, but what if? They're like, oh no, don't say what if.
But what if?
But what if? But what if?
Yeah, like Marvel and DC, like I'm definitely a fan. I would say I am.
Mm.
More of Marvel than DC, but DC's got some cool stuff.
DC's got cool stuff. Like I admire like the superheroes in there just as is, and of course that includes Batman and everything like that. But
everybody loves Batman. If you ask anybody who like what's a DC character that everyone likes, Batman.
You can sip as you brood. It's like, goddamn, Alfred, why you gotta be like this?
It's like Batman is a man amongst gods.
Yeah, and they're all like, "That's my homie right there. That's Batman." It's ride or die Batman. I remember. I mean, this is like a comic dub of like a certain bit, like with a what if scenario where like Batman does kill Joker because like Joker goes a little too far and almost like
pushes Bruce a little too far.
Yeah, he goes a little too far this time and steps into Superman's court and pretty much puts Lois in danger and their future kid.
And that's when Batman, he's like, I have no choice.
Like it's like, no, Superman, don't deal with him. It was funny because like the way it started off was like Superman was approaching like Joker, and Joker's like, don't do anything you'd regret. And then here comes Batman. He's like, Superman, don't. Superman's like, Bruce. Joker's like, Bruce? Ah, that's not gonna help because now you're just Bruce in a bat costume. And he's like, let me take care of Joker. And they just have like a very long car ride where it's like one side conversations up until the point where Joker threatens like the kid again, and then snap. It's like, whoa.
Batman just finishes him.
Just like that, goes to like the police, and he's like, I have to report a crime. It's myself. And it was so crazy because like Superman's like talking to now Bruce just like on the other side of like the call, and it's like, I can't believe you did that, dude. Like you literally turned yourself in, did the one thing you promised not to do for me. Like you're a real homie. He walks through like the divide just to give Bruce a hug. Like, you just tell me, just say the word, I'll take you out of here. And Bruce's like, no, I gotta do time. And that was it. I was like, whoa, that's crazy, dude.
Honorable, very honorable.
I was like, Bruce is a real one. Because, geez, dude, like on his own, he could never kill Joker because, despite everything, like he wouldn't. But it's like,
it's his code.
Yeah. And what was it? Spectre was saying, in Justice Universe, Superman just freaking kills the Joker. I believe it.
Yeah, he did. He straight up did.
Nah, he's gone.
I mean, he straight up murked that man.
Spectre was saying there was a scene in The Man of Steel where a kid wants an autograph from Superman. Superman just stares down at him, looks at him like scum. I was like, really? Was that a thing? I don't remember that. Because I don't remember him like interacting with like anyone like that. He was just kind of like doing his thing. Just trying to like, he was dealing with the other Kryptonians at the time. At least that's what I remember. It's been a while then.
Yeah, he's dealing with he was dealing with fucking
General Zod.
I knew his name up until right now.
But I didn't remember any type of interaction whatsoever in Man of Steel, like with Superman and then someone else. All you remember, like all I remember is just simply like him snapping the neck of General Zod.
Zod, that's what it was, Zod.
And he was like, ah, shit, I did it. And he was so sad about that. Little did you know, Batman was like literally right there. And he was like, man, dude, Superman's a menace. He needs to be put down. And just like that. And then we just had the movie, which I still haven't watched. I don't really care to watch it.
Wait, you've never watched Batman vs Superman?
No, I did not.
Oh, I did.
Because at that point, like, it's already been like embedded with me that like it's not Ben Affleck Batman that I'm after. It's who's I can't Christian Bale's Batman. Although to be fair, like, well, to be fair, now that I look back on it, I think that Christian Bale does a brilliant Bruce, but as far as Batman, it's kind of weird. But I get it. Like, I get it because one, the deep voice needs to change, and two, well, he doesn't really need to talk or anything. He just has to fight. So
that's what I was saying. Like, I say the big thing is I think that Ben Affleck, he doesn't make a good Bruce, but he makes a great Batman.
something like that. Yeah, yeah. We can't have the best of both worlds unless you want to like cast two people. Which would be kind of cool, actually. Like they're already saying it, Batman vs Superman sucks.
I mean, he's not wrong. The best part of the movie was the 10-minute fight.
The 10-minute fight. No. Well, yeah, that's gonna be how it is. It's like, what was it? Kong versus Godzilla. Like, there was like intermissions like between the fights. There's only like, I think really just two, which was one like on like in the ships, and the other one was like actually in the city. And I guess technically, spoilers, Mechagodzilla there too. So
Everyone wondered if that was going to be a thing.
and it turned out to be just the case. And to be fair, I think that they did well in trying to like translate like why certain events were happening, and it all kind of led to the fact that they were trying to build like a Godzilla in their basement. That's why Godzilla's been like, hey, I don't like that. I'm gonna destroy this like factory right here.
He's like, oi, what are you doing in here?
Right. Still crazy though that they had confined Kong in like in this virtual space, and it looked just like his home.
He's an ape. He doesn't know the difference.
I don't know. I think he picked it up really quick.
Oh, here's the thing. He wouldn't know the difference unless they fucked up.
Yeah, like, but I don't remember. I mean, I haven't. I never.
One of us go.
I was gonna say like I never watched Skull Island, so I don't know that transition from them taking him out of Skull Island and putting him in a digital world, or I guess because you just finished Kingdom Hearts, a datascape Skull Island. But it's crazy because you just see him like on this like quote unquote Skull Island, and you know like he's running his cheeks through like the ocean, like the lake, and he's just like doing his thing. He's like cleaning himself up, and he just like creates a spear while this little girl's just looking at him. He's like, yeet,
Yeet.
and proceeds to break the barrier just very temporarily. But it was one of those things where like he knows it's not his home. He knows he's being taken somewhere. So, oh my god, and I can't believe it's gonna be interesting to know like what they do with the series because of the fact that they introduced the fact that there's another world where Kong like now lives in.
Yep.
And Godzilla's over here like, hey, I'll see you later. And he just like goes off into the waters.
I see you later, bro. Good fight. Good fight.
Mm-hmm. Godzilla still won though, like, or at least he could have. By every stretch of the imagination, he would have. But it is what it is. As said, they did my man Kong dirty.
Monkey.
This is true. Like Kong had every like possibility. He had the agility. He had the axe. But then here he is, like at the end of the second fight, just getting scratched the fuck up.
Pain.
And he was left to die.
Pain. Oh no.
Like damn, bruh. I mean, like to his credit, he did give like a good like right hook or left hook.
Oh, he gave it everything he had.
Yeah. Honestly, it's so funny how Godzilla's like actual head is so small in comparison to his entire body.
It's still pretty big, but just the rest of the body is in the comparison. It looks small.
Which makes you wonder, like, obviously your head's very important. So when you see that right hook go in and you feel that, it's like, whoa, dude. Kong, you crazy. Yeah, dude, that's still crazy though. Sorry, what were we talking about?
Anything else on the list?
Aside from like Silk Sonic releasing their song Skate, which has been plaguing my head like even now. We were talking about movies. I kind of want to watch Space Jam now. Like
Space Jam 2.
Yeah, Space Jam 2. But I don't know if I'll have time to do it in between, you know, this and, you know, the D&D session, which can be our next topic to talk about.
Correct.
But I might we'll see, cuz like I'm kind of like down just to watch Space Jam like with like another person or just simply by myself, because I'm just kind of curious, like obviously because you see like all these other like entities from franchises before now coming into this game, or sorry, not this game, movie. I'm just curious because it almost looks like a Ready Player One scenario where they literally just like take every single franchise that they got. They even got like Gundam in there, which was kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie.
True.
They even had Chucky.
Yikes.
But he did damage. Like I appreciate what they try doing over there. Oh, here you go, Spectre. That was weird. So you're saying like internet's messed up. Someone did the math of how big Kong's dong is.
Bruh.
In comparison to any human, it's monumental. Yeah, no, like, yeah, I'll probably have to watch it at some point. I did watch another movie that recently came out. I talked about it like yesterday, but it's an anime, original anime from Netflix called like Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop. A very mouthful of a title, but it makes sense.
It's a light novel title.
Yeah, it really is. It's missing a couple of characters though, but yeah, it's pretty much a light novel title. But it's nice. It's like about like a minute and 47 like or an hour, 47 minutes. Deals with two particular like characters that have like a complication like in them. One girl has buck teeth and like has braces, so it's something that even though as cheerful as she is, she kind of doesn't really want to like show that, so she always conceals herself with a mask. Versus another dude who just has a really issue with communicating and uses haikus instead to kind of express how he feels about certain things. And the use of both the mask and the headphones um, is just really good as far as the symbolic meaning behind them. But yeah, so got Netflix. I definitely recommend that one. Um, else shows or movie wise, I don't know because I know that, and this is all because of me, but I know that My Hero's still been going for a little bit. I don't even know if they're on break, but season 5's been a thing, and I just haven't been watching because I always kept saying like, oh, we'll do the reaction video at some point, but that never happened. We'll figure that out. But um, nah, as far as movies and stuff like that, wasn't there one that was gonna be coming out? It was either a game or it was a movie that came out like this weekend. Don't know which one would have been. Uh, oh yeah,
Not sure.
it's probably Suicide Squad actually. James Gunn's
Maybe.
Suicide Squad. I haven't gotten to watch that, but I will definitely give that like a look at some point. Yeah. I think that's everything. Actually, yeah, we are coming up to an hour. Let's
You
see.
don't want a place you wanted to cover the D&D session?
Oh yeah, yeah, good call on that one. So later today, it's not gonna be streamed or anything. This is kind of like a more personal thing, unless Christoph himself wants to like do that as a stream or whatever he wants to do with it. But for myself and Mark, we are participating in this D&D session that Christoph has curated, and it's gonna be my first one, just like as a participant. And for Christoph, it's gonna be his first as a dungeon master. So it's gonna be interesting. Um, Going a little detail. Obviously, it's gonna be a fantasy setting. Not too like steampunk per se yet, but I think it's gonna get to that point. Oh shit, we disconnected from Twitch again. It has been over an hour, so it does fit that condition. I get
Don't
it.
worry. When it comes to technology, no, Callan's got
Reconnection.
Colin. Whatever my name is again. We got it taken care of. We got this.
We got it. We're already back on again. Good job. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just don't know what to expect. It makes me nervous because of that, but it should be
Shenanigans.
fine.
Expect shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I really want to like have this session go and just me have like vivid pictures of like what we're looking at. It'd be really cool if we could like actually create a world like this, but that would take a lot of time and effort.
It's up to the DM to really paint the picture.
Yeah. Which I have no doubt that Christoph will he'll be able to deliver on that, but there's definitely been a couple of complications like on like our end just to kind of get to where it is now. As far as the participation out of it, like last week we were supposed to actually have that happen, but it was because I had something else I had to do that got prolonged, but we were able to make that work. But this session we have is Gabe done his character yet, or is that just kind of
It's on the campaign.
oh, is it? Oh, okay. Then I guess
Yeah,
we're okay on that end.
Peter Horse.
Peter the horse.
His
And
name is his first and last name is literally just Peter and Horse.
Peter.
Peter Horse.
Oh, Spectre, I had to go. I enjoyed this. Well, thank you for just stopping by.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate you.
Yeah. We'll see you in the next one. Um, what was it? Oh yeah, it was Oscar. Oscar's character is gone. He's got something that kind of like got in the way. So I guess he won't be participating in this session. So um, I'm pretty sure like whatever Christoph has learned as far as like his tips for being a DM probably notice anything about complications in scheduling. So I think we'll be okay. we'll probably be
I just want
okay.
to point this out about Peter.
What's that?
This man's stats.
Okay. I'll actually jump on to D&D Beyond. Great thing. It's a great resource, honestly. Just keep track of everything.
This man's stats.
I mean, you probably know exactly more about like the circumstances, but let's see it. Let's see. And it's crazy that like D&D also like just Twitches like or streams on Twitch as well too.
Right.
Oh
Well,
man, we
the
got
thing,
it's stacked in here in this campaign. We got
right?
people. All right, but where's Peter? I'm so glad that like there was a nice like image for Peter.
Quite literally the actor himself.
It's great. I just read the ad and I signed up.
You're
You're in?
in.
Holy shit. Oh no. That's still kind of low, but like
that
that's a
eight with he's less on strength. Like he gets a -1 on strength checks.
yeah. Oh, is that what those are specifically for? I thought they were just kind of like buffs because of like how you are.
It's like, say this. If he has to make a strength check, anything he rolls is going to be a -1 to it.
Okay, so even like something like like a 6 is a 5 too.
Yeah, it's like, say, like, see, he's got good intelligence, good constitution, and good charisma. With that, he could get a +2 on those checks.
Yeah.
It's
Ooh.
just, but for a monk, he's playing, he's got 11 on his dexterity. He gets +0 on his dexterity, and dexterity is very, very important as a monk.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm interested
mean,
to see what he plans on doing.
I like damn, dude, I haven't seen like stats that go against you like that since Fire Emblem level ups. Fire Emblem level ups are like sometimes they're blessings and other times most times they showed the ugliness of it.
And he also just put them in order, like he didn't organize them. He just said, winging it.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of see that, but it'll be interesting. I want to know how we all kind of like just meld together and how long is it gonna take specifically for us to get through and just do the first mission and see where we find ourselves. Also curious about music choice because I got something like in the back of my head, but I don't know if like Christoph has anything else aside from 3 like tracks that I saw.
Gabe's actually carrying an abacus. I'm
And
looking at his stuff. I'm looking at the equipment that he has on him. He has an abacus. He really is going accountant.
I mean, yeah. Here's the question though: why is it 2 pounds?
That's a heavy abacus.
Because I was thinking because I had some gear of my own, and I think one of them was a torch. And the thing is, it was 6 pounds, and I was like, "That's not what." that
But
it's like, are you kidding me, dude? Oh no, the torch is 10 pounds, bro. What?
is the torch actually 10 pounds?
The torch is 10 pounds. You gotta look. Peter has
shit.
it on his equipment. 10 pounds. He has 10 of them.
Why does he have 10 torches?
Because horses don't have great eyesight, like in the dark.
But he's a human.
Oh, is it Peter the human? Oh, okay.
There he said he didn't. He was asking what races are allowed, so he might change it.
Oh, okay. Bro, it's gonna be interesting. I
And of
think
course,
what
you're going
Kristoff's going to need to be doing is that he's going to. I mean, he's done a good job reviewing our stuff so far, but there's definitely going to be things like just popping up that we're gonna look at, and it's gonna question everything. Like, why? Like, why 10 torches?
Why not? That's gonna be Gabe's response.
This, to be fair, yeah, that's gonna be his response. I just want to point out that the torch is heavier than my shield. Also, I want to say 16 pounds of a ration unit. That's quite impressive.
Like, oh wait, we all carry 10 torches.
Okay, I actually
So
opt
that,
out of a torch.
so that means it's about a pound each.
Yeah, I wanted to consider like how much would like hinder me as far as the weight, so I took off a couple things that I figured that I wouldn't need if I found myself like in like a comfortable situation. Because as a wanderer, yeah, I would probably carry a lot of stuff, but the way that my origin story is playing out, I probably won't really need things because I'll always be like remote to the first location that we'll be at.
Correct.
So I was like, okay, well, I mean, I obviously need the bow stuff, so the crossbow, the bolts to them, maybe a backpack, definitely potions, that kind of stuff. But I mean, even though like Gabe's rocking like the 8 strength, I kind of am envious for like 3 straight 15s.
Have you seen Sephi?
I mean, Sephi. Anyway,
do 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 do.
wait, do we have that on track?
I wish.
Damn, dude. Because like right now my strength is 12, which is kind of low, but I mean, looking at Gabe's, I'm kind of more confident now. 17 dexterity with the check on 3s, like 3 plus, so I'm okay there. Constitution's 13, intelligence 11. Yeah, all right. Wisdom's 12 and charisma's 13. So it's, I guess from that, it's just kind of meeting like the requirements. Then again, Kristoff's very forgiving on this.
Yes, he's been a very, very generous DM because mine would give us some leeway, but not this much leeway.
Like how would it play out? Like you roll like a 7 for your starting like strength set, and you're like, can we reroll? And he's like, nah, you're good. It's like, what?
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I see stuff. The lowest stat is like 15, and the highest is dexterity, and everything else is 16s across.
Do, 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 do. She's so fucking strong.
I
Her
fight
pole
bear.
is-
I fight bear in forest.
I fight bear in forest. I fight grizzly bear as a child.
God. And she has pretty decent HP too. So it'll be interesting. All right.
And luckily with me, I can make us have some nice armor and some nice weapons.
I was gonna say like, yeah, you make the stuff.
Come get your armor.
I'm like, yes, thank you. I I want to change my armor from leather to whatever the hell the Aang wore for that one episode. Hey, Katara.
Oh,
Pretty slick, huh?
pretty slick, huh? Don't drop him.
Oh, he literally fell over.
Up.
Yeah, bruh. But okay, I think that's everything. So I'm actually after the podcast, I'm gonna just review any like additional notes that like Christoph has left over and prep for like whatever happens in the evening. And maybe in the meantime as well, I should probably look into any type of cable management on my end for what I was talking about last night. So that's gonna be my plan until we get started with that. But yeah. All right. Anything else you want to add, Mark?
No, I think we pretty much hit all the marks.
Okay, perfect. All right, go ahead and call it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this episode of DangIT Prodcast. This has been episode 371. My name is Justin,
Mark,
and thanks for watching. Hashtag bye, everyone.
let it out.
Peace.
Peace.